Question number 21. Note: this question is part of a series of questions that present the same scenario. Each question in the series contains a unique solution that might meet the stated goals. You are building a chatbot that will use question answering in Azure Cognitive Service for language. You have a PDF named doc1.pdf that contains a product catalog and a price list. You upload doc1.pdf and train the model. During testing, users reported that the chatbot responded correctly to the following question: what is the price of? The chatbot fails to respond to the following question: how much does it cost? You need to ensure that the chatbot responds correctly to both questions. Solution: from Language Studio, you add alternative phrasing to the question and answer pair, and then retrain and republish the model. Does this meet the goal? Option A, yes. Option B, no. The correct answer is option A, yes. Adding alternative phrasings like how much does X cost to existing question and answer pairs helps the model recognize different ways user may ask the same question. This improves coverage and ensures the chatbot responds correctly to both variations. Question number 22. You are building an app that will scan confidential documents and use the language service to analyze the contents. You provision an Azure Cognitive Services resource. You need to ensure that the app can make requests to the language service endpoint. The solution must ensure that confidential documents remain on premises. Which three actions should you perform in sequence? 1. Run the container and specify an app ID and client secret. 2. Provision an on-premises Kubernetes cluster that is isolated from the internet. 3. Pull an image from the Microsoft Container Registry, MCR. 4. Run the container and specify an API key and the endpoint URL of the Cognitive Services resource. 5. Provision an on-premises Kubernetes cluster that has internet connectivity. 6. Pull an image from Docker Hub. 7. Provision an Azure Kubernetes Services AKS resource. Option A, 3, 2, 1. Option B, 1, 3, 2. Option C, 2, 1, 3. Option D, 5, 3, 1. Option E, 2, 3, 4. The correct answer is option E, 2, 3, 4. To ensure confidential documents remain on premises, you must run the language service in a container. First, provision an on-premises Kubernetes cluster, isolated or controlled. Then, pull the container image for language service from the Microsoft Container Registry, MCR. Finally, run the container, providing the API key and endpoint URL for authentication with the Azure Cognitive Services resource. Question number 23. You are building a transcription service for technical podcast. Testing reveals that this service fails to transcribe technical terms accurately. You need to improve the accuracy of the service. Which 5 actions should you perform in sequence? 1. Deploy the model. 2. Create a custom speech project. 3. Upload training datasets. 4. Create a speech-to-text model. 5. Create a speaker recognition model. 6. Train the model. 7. Create a conversational language understanding model. Option A, 2, 3, 4, 6, 1. Option B, 2, 4, 3, 6, 1. Option C, 2, 4, 6, 3, 1. Option D, 3, 4, 2, 6, 1. The correct answer is option A, 2, 3, 4, 6, 1. To improve transcription accuracy for technical terms, start by creating a custom speech project. Then upload training dataset with domain-specific vocabulary. Next, create a speech-to-text model. Train it with the uploaded data, and finally deploy the model for use in a transcription service. This sequence customizes the model to your specific terminology and context. Question number 24. You have a Docker host named host1 that contains a container-based image. You have an Azure subscription that contains a custom speech-to-text model named Model1. You need to run Model1 on host 1. Which 3 actions should you perform in sequence? 1. Retrain the model. 2. Request approval to run the container. 3. Export Model1 to host 1. 4. Run the container. 5. Configure disk logging. Option A, 2, 4, 2. Option B, 3, 2, 4. Option C, 2, 3, 4. Option D, 2, 1, 3. The correct answer is option C, 2, 3, 4. To run a custom speech-to-text model in the container on the Docker host, first request approval to run the container from Microsoft, required for custom speech. Then export Model1 to the Docker host. Finally, run the container using the model. Retraining isn't needed if the model is already trained, and disk logging is optional, not essential. Question number 25. You have a chatbot that uses a Q&A Maker application. You enable active learning for the knowledge base used by the Q&A Maker application. You need to integrate user input into the model. Which 4 actions should you perform in sequence? 1. Add a task to the Azure resource. 2. Approve and reject suggestions. 3. Publish the knowledge base. 4. Modify the automation tasks logic app to run an Azure Resource Manager template that creates the Azure Cognitive Services resource. 5. For the knowledge base, select Show Active learning suggestions. 6. Save and train the knowledge base. 7. Select the properties of the Azure Cognitive Services resource. Option A, 5, 6, 2, 3. Option B, 5, 4, 6, 3. Option C, 5, 2, 6, 3. Option D, 5, 6, 4, 3. The correct answer is option A, 5, 6, 2, 3. To integrate user input using active learning, you first view the suggestion by selecting Show Active Learning Suggestion, then save and train the knowledge base to incorporate any edits. Next, you approve or reject suggestion based on their relevance, and finally publish the knowledge base to apply the changes and update the live chatbot experience. Just a quick reminder, if you don't have time to watch these videos and instead download all questions and answers, feel free to purchase them on Buy Me a Coffee page. I have shared the link below. Question number 26. You are developing a method for an application that uses the Translator API. The method will receive the content of a web page and then translate the content into Greek, EL. The result will also contain a transliteration that uses the Roman alphabet. You need to create the URI for the call to the Translator API. You have the following URL: api.cognitive.microsoft-translator.com/translate?API-version equals 3.0. Which 3 additional query parameters should you include in the URL? Option A, toScript equals CYRL. Option B, from equals EL. Option C, text type equals HTML. Option D, to equals EL. Option E, text type equals plain. Option F, toScript equals LATN. The correct answers are option C, text type equals HTML. Option D, to equals EL. Option F, toScript equals LATN. To translate HTML content to Greek and return a transliteration using the Roman alphabet, you should specify text type equals HTML, to equals EL to set the target language, and toScript equals LATN to get the transliteration in Latin script. This ensures proper content handling and the correct transliteration format. Question number 27. You need to upload speech samples to a speech studio project for use in training. How should you upload these samples? Option A, combine the speech samples into a single audio file in the .wma format and upload the file. Option B, upload a .zip file that contains a collection of audio files in the .wav format and a corresponding text transcript file. Option C, upload individual audio files into the FLAC format and manually upload a corresponding transcript in Microsoft Word format. Option D. Upload individual audio files in the .wma format. The correct answer is option B. Upload a .zip file that contains a collection of audio files in the .wav format and a corresponding text transcript file. For training custom speech models in Speech Studio, Microsoft recommends uploading a .zip file containing .wav audio files and a corresponding transcript file in plain text format. This format ensures proper alignment between audio and text during training. Other formats like .wma or Word documents are not supported for this purpose. Question number 28. You have the following data sources: Finance, on-premises Microsoft SQL Server Database; Sales, Azure Cosmos DB using the core SQL API; Logs, Azure Table Storage; HR, Azure SQL Database. You need to ensure that you can search all the data by using the Azure AI Search REST API. What should you do? Option A. Migrate the data in Sales to the MongoDB API. Option B. Mirror Finance to an Azure SQL database. Option C. Ingest the data in Logs into Azure Sentinel. Option D. Ingest the data in Log into Azure Data Explorer. The correct answer is option B. Mirror Finance to an Azure SQL database. Azure AI Search cannot directly index on-premises SQL Server. To make finance data searchable via the Azure AI Search REST API, it must be mirrored to a cloud-accessible source like Azure SQL Database, which is a supported indexer data source. Other actions like ingesting logs into Sentinel or Data Explorer don't make them directly searchable by Azure AI Search. Question number 29. Your company wants to reduce how long it takes for employees to log receipt and expense report. All the receipts are in English. You need to extract top-level information from the receipt, such as the vendor and the transaction total. The solution must minimize development effort. Which Azure service should you use? Option A. Custom Vision. Option B. Personalizer. Option C. Azure AI Document Intelligence. Option D. Computer Vision. The correct answer is option C. Azure AI Document Intelligence. Azure AI Document Intelligence provides a pre-built receipt model that extracts key information like vendor name, transaction total, and date from receipt with minimal configuration. It supports English receipt and significantly reduces development effort compared to building a custom solution. Question number 30. You are building a language understanding model for purchasing tickets. You have the following utterance for an intent named purchase and send tickets. Purchase 2 audit business tickets to Paris next Monday and send tickets to email@domain.com. You need to select the entity types. The solution must use built-in entity types to minimize training data whenever possible. Which entity type should you use for the label Paris? Option A, email. Option B, list. Option C, regex. Option D, geography v2. The correct answer is option D, geography v2. Paris is a location, so the appropriate built-in entity type is geography v2, which recognizes cities, countries, and other geographical locations. Using built-in entities like geography v2 reduces the need for custom training data and improves model accuracy.